Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler was born in 1889 in a small town of Brno, Austria. The boy was the fifth child of a second marriage. Hitler had an abusive father who was a town official, and when he died, Hitler was left with his mother, who died shortly after.
A historian has discovered documents proving that Adolf Hitler had a disabled younger brother who died of hydrocephalus, a buildup of fluid in the brain. The files show that the Nazi dictator was the third, not the fourth child in his family, overturning decades of assumed knowledge.
He used to do very well in school. However, after his mother passed away, things took a turn and his teachers reported him as sluggish, apathetic, and moody. He also was in the choir of a monastery school, where he discovered a shrine for Saint Paul, which included an ancient German symbol which he could later adopt for the Nazi Party.
After that, Hitler became a drifter. In 1914, at the break of World War I, he traveled to Germany and enlisted as a soldier, where he called those years in the army the best years of his life. He was temporarily blinded by a piece of flying shrapnel, and while recovering in Germany, he learned of Germany's defeat. During his stay, he found a militaristic party called the German Workers. Here is where Hitler found his talent for public speaking. He quickly rose to become the leader or Führer of this, and he even renamed it as the National Socialist Party or the Nazi Party. Hitler believed that this party should be the government, and he gathered 100 stormtroopers, and leading them, singing Nazi songs, marched on the government. On the way, they were met by the German police, and Hitler was sent to jail, where he wrote his famous book, Mein Kampf.
Once out of jail, he decided that the way to control the government was through election. The German elections of 1939 left the Nazis in control, and organizations like Hitler Youth and the Women's Home Front were started. Soon, all the other parties were banned and un-German books were burned. Huge rallies were held. Hitler had the German people in the palm of his hand. Finally, propaganda also encouraged passivity and acceptance of the impending measures against Jews, as this appeared to depict the Nazi government as stepping in and restoring order.
Hitler was capable of convincing massively because he believed the only things he said, and people noticed he was sure of it. We can relate his leadership characteristics with the President of Korea and Trump being racist and wanting a hierarchy.
And finally, the consequences that population can face with a totalitarian state are the extensive use of internment camps, practices of religious persecutions or racism, the imposition of theocratic rule, or state atheism.